All right, guys, so today I'm going to talk about DRA because I've been getting a lot of questions lately on what DRA is and how can we help it out as physical therapists. So here we go. So I came up with these pictures right here. This one is, that's your abs, by the way. This is how you would look at resting tone. This right here, the blue, is your six-pack muscle. So it means from here to here, that is your six-pack. It's called the rectus abdominis. And this is showing at rest, my six-pack is just hanging out right here, okay? So it's not here, it's not in like this, it's just hanging out. And basically, I don't know if you can see this little picture right here. Let me zoom in here. Okay, right there, it's showing that my linea alba, that line that goes in between your six-pack, basically that's kind of on slack. And then that's just that represents my six-pack right there, the muscles of it, okay? So, basically at rest, it's kind of just that line in between. It's kind of just like, there's no tension on it, okay? Now, if we move over to here, if I do a mini crunch, so what I mean by that is if I do a sit-up, like a mini little sit-up like this, okay, my abdominals will actually come closer together. So when I'm here at rest, they do this. When I do a sit-up, they come like this together and then come back and then come together and then come back. This theory that people thought if you have a diastasis rectus abdominis that you should not be doing sit-ups was disproven in 2017 by Paul Hodge and Diane Lee. They did a study with ultrasound, and this is part of this study that they did, and it showed basically if you just do a sit-up, that's actually not true because people believed that it would pull the abdominals apart and that you would cause more of an issue. But they're disproving it here with the guided ultrasound. They can really look at all the muscles, and basically when you do a sit-up, it pulls everything actually together. So if you could see here, let me pull you in a little closer, okay? The force of that, I have these little arrows, the force going this way and the force going this way, and it's pulling everything together, okay? Now, and look at the linea alba right here. The linea alba, that line in the middle, okay, your abdominal region, this thing right here, that's the linea alba, that's on slack a lot, okay? And this is what people think when it comes to DRA, that there's a lot of tension there, but there's not. There's actually way less tension when you do a sit-up. So that's disproven, just FYI. Now, let's move over here to this one. This right here, do you see now how my circle is wider rather than it being smaller? So when you see these arrows, it means we're pulling your abs right here apart. So how are we doing that? When we pull belly to spine. So what I mean by that is when I pull my belly in like this, that is actually pulling my abs apart. Now I'm gonna relax. Now I pull my belly in, it's pulling my six-pack apart. So, which is interesting because we never really knew that that was the case. We actually thought the opposite. So if you just tell people that have DRA, that's the splitting of this linea alba, you're putting the tissue on stretch, and you just pull your belly in, we don't really want to do that either because now it's really pulling the abdominals apart, okay? So, and look at this right here. This is really important as well. That's that linea alba. The linea alba is this line right in between here. Here's my six-pack. Here's my line, okay? I'm pretending I have a six-pack. But that line is then getting pulled if I just pull my belly in towards my spine. Okay, let's go over to figure 4 here. So now what we're gonna do is do a mini crunch and pull belly into spine all at the same time. So now the force is going this way, it's going this way, it's also going this way. Compared to the other models, one's just going this way, this one's going up and down, but there's no force laterally either, okay? So what I mean by this is I'm going to do a mini little sit-up and I'm gonna pull my belly in all at the same time and then I'm gonna relax. And a mini sit-up and pull my belly in and I'm going to relax. And the study shows that when we do that, that's the most optimal way when I have a DRA because the force is being distributed in all different directions and it's not just one way. And look down here, the Linea Alba, that line, that six-pack muscle, is perfect. It's right where we want it to be. It's not being pulled too much and it's not on slack. It's just enough tension to just create that little back pressure if you try to put your hand in there. So that's what we're looking for. So if you have a DRA, let me just recap here. It's 100% okay to do a sit-up, okay? And it's 100% okay to do ab stuff. So do abdominal work during pregnancy, because everyone has a DRA at 35 weeks, just FYI, when you're pregnant, okay? So doing sit-ups during pregnancy is okay. After pregnancy is okay. Yes, I would get evaluated by a pelvic health physical therapist to know what's right for your body, because everyone is different. But this proves that doing sit-ups and pulling your abdominals in, a TA contraction we call it, is actually beneficial and can help gain control with any kind of movement and get your abdominals to function the most optimally. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know.